Hi guys, welcome back to World Worship and to my channel. I very much would like to wish you from my bottom of my heart have a great day, and especially Sunday. Today I'm thinking to talk about very low tier. I'm talking the tier 4 ships. There are 3 ships that I kept, and I believe some of them they are pretty underestimated. And this particular ship, the Clemson, it's well known as a seal clubber, and the reason I'm saying that it has quite significant torpedo power, but what makes this ship kind of a strong or extremely strong, it's definitely the guns and the shell arcs and the smoke. The US smoke lasts almost forever, and you can do a lot of significant damage to that. So the torpedo are extremely short range. Literally, you really need to YOLO into a battleship around the corner, or someone who's going and YOLO into your smoke. Then it can make them worse. Otherwise, the torpedo of what kind of torpedo do we talking about? Very fast. You have a lot of them, don't get me wrong, but the thing is the range, it's 5.5 kilometers, you know. You can surprise some your enemy, and the torpedo actually are not bad, but the guns are absolutely broken. For this tier, the tier 4 Clemson has more firepower than a tier 5. So no matter who is gonna engage you, I'm talking about destroyer versus destroyer, you will always be on top if you know how to lead your aim and how to aim. So I believe, guys, without saying too much, it's a crazy strong destroyer. However, the biggest weakness of this one, it's actually the range. Even with your advanced firing training, and let's talk about those guns. You have those 102 millimeters guns. Fire range is 10.4, and this is 16 points, Captain, with advanced fire training. Without this, the Clemson, it's actually a pile of crap. You will not hit a damn thing. You really need to have those 2 perks: basic basic fire training, advanced firing training, and the concealment. So this is my 16 points, Captain. Without the advanced firing training, your range are too crap to do anything, you know what I mean, and your detection, it's mediocre at best. So I believe we have said too much that some people have a lot of success. But before we go to the next one, I'll talk about the AA. AA, what AA? You don't have any A. As a matter of fact, the only AA you do have is this particular gun. You see here, that's the only AA you have, which at tier 4, and that's the biggest concern, is that the carriers will eat you alive for dinner, breakfast, and lunch. You know what I mean? With these pew guns, you're never gonna shoot nothing, anything. So that's the biggest concern about this ship. Let's move to the another one. I don't know what to talk. Let's talk about Izoslav. Izoslav, in my opinion, it's the most underrated ship. If you're a new player, and this is a friendly advice, guys, if you are a new player, right, and you see a clan before the Izoslav's name, I'm talking about a clan name, be a little bit aware, probably because that person might seal club, you know, a tier 10 captain can play that tier 4 and wreck you all day long. What makes this ship broken? It's extremely good fire starter. We talk about base 7% without flags, without demo expert, without some others. You can come up with crazy close to 10% firing chance. And something else, you have a lot of firepower. You don't have 6 guns as Klassen, but you have 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is 5 any good? Guys, it's absolutely crazy. And something else I'd like to talk. Those main armor with advanced fire training, you have a range of 12.2. You have better range than the damn cruisers, you know what I mean? And you have a pretty fast reload of 5 seconds. Something also else that you don't want to YOLO this thing. This thing has a lot of torps, and I mean a lot of torps. That's 3, that's 6, that's 9. That's really 9 torpedo with any time of the battle you can engage. And you see, guys, and this is something else, the concealment are 6.5, however the torpedo are 5 kilometers. So if, let's say, someone charging you and you don't open fire, you can actually send those just before you are detected at 6.5, which the concealment is kind of a bad, but because you have so many of them, like 9 torpedoes, you can create a pretty good significant wall, and if someone is going straight, you can use some torpedo. But the thing is, how this ship plays, it's almost as a Kiev at tier 8, for crying out loud. You are the mother of all HE spammer. You HE spam from extremely long distance. Remember, even battleships don't have probably more than 14-15 kilometers at tier 4. And you, as a DD, you have 12. And there it's something that doesn't mean, a lot of people does not know that this ship is broken in firepower and in range. And the AA, it's of course kind of a mediocre. Let's talk about her AA. You'd only have mid-range 18, which is crap. Yeah, it is pretty much crap. So if a carrier wants you dead, the only thing you can do, try to disengage, put a smoke or something like that, because you're never gonna shrek any planes soon. But dealing with other destroyer, you're quite strong, because other destroyer, they don't have the range, but you do. So I highly recommend you not playing as like a brawler, close quarter. You are the strongest farther away, close to the max range. Even though the shells are light, it's easy to not hit a target, because it literally takes forever. But if you put yourself in a good behind an island, you can definitely almost like play like Atlanta, and it's very high up in the sky, the shells, and falling down, one like deep down, you know what I mean. So it's unique play, and I like this ship. It puts up so many fires, and if you YOLOing him, you will delete any battleship, you know what I mean. But be careful, you don't have any AA whatsoever. For the third one, and I still believe this, guys, it's the strongest and most fun. It's literally Minekaze or Kamikaze with Nicholas guns, guys, and deep water torps, and pretty darn good concealment. She does not quite have the best concealment at tier 4, because I do believe Izokaze has even better concealment. But my concealment is everything, 5.7. I wish that I could have her like 5.5, but then probably this ship will become overpowered. She is quite overpowered as it right now. Literally, guys, this ship received a tier 5 guns, and the maneuverability of the best, and the speed. The speed, it's absolutely broken good. I do believe if we go to maneuverability, you're gonna see 39 knots, turning radius 550, and rudder shift 2.8. This is extremely maneuverable ship, and it's very, you turn on a dime, and if you put a speed flag and speed boost on, you are going fast, and I mean real darn fast, probably over 42 knots, and that is pretty significant for its tier. But probably the best thing about this destroyer, guys, is that this combination that you have smoke on demon. What is that, Zerra? Well, I pop my smoke, I daka your enemy, and you run out of smoke. You just sell couple more seconds, probably as slow as 15 seconds, you have one smoke available again. And that is the problem, and that makes this ship kind of overpowered. Because you see, even though the range between your concealment and torpedo are extremely hard hitting, they do whopping 11,733, and the torpedo range are 6.4. but 64 knots for this speed. I'm talking about this tier 4. 64 knots, 6.4 kilometers, and this amount of damage. It's that, guys, if you hit anything, and I'm talking about anything, you do tons of damage, and then you pop your smoke and you put the poor battleship or cruiser on fire, and he's dead. Yeah, this is how you kill your enemy. You abuse your smoke and the torpedoes. And the torpedoes, even though I would like to say they are not quite as strong as Minikaze or Kamikaze, but this is only a tier 4. So guys, without saying too much, the torpedo are not a joke. But the whole package of this ship, it's broken, because you have one of the best turning radius of all destroyers. You have one of the best concealment, and you have one of best hard-hitting torps at tier 4. Sure, the downside is you cannot torpedo another smoke, another destroyer. That is something that you have to keep that in mind. But beside that, she has a little bit too much of her going on. You know, there's very few weakness beside that you cannot torpedo another destroyer. But guys, something else I would like to mention, that it's her AA. Her AA 4x120 millimeters, 58 AA damage. I know this sounds not a whole lot, 58, but what is 58? 58 is actually one of the highest of all tier 4 destroyer. I'm talking about the destroyer. So yeah, versus Clemson, versus Izoslav, this thing has more AA than all other tier. I cannot come up with another tier 4 destroyer with better AA. Probably there is, but serious guys, I cannot come. So I'm not saying you're gonna take a plane, but you can defend yourself, and especially abuse this smoke and your AA to take down the planes. So overall, I do believe I go so far that in many ways this is most fun, and you do tons of damage. I can show you a replay that I did about 70,000 damage, and a dev strike, and you use your torpedo and you delete that, you know, battleship from full HP to 0 in just one drop. This is how potent they are. However, keep that in mind that the difference between your concealment 5.7 and only 6.4, guys, that's not a whole lot. This is your torpedo range, and your concealment is 5.7. So the only way you can make it work is that, let's say someone is selling straight, and it's you know, selling towards you, then you have opportunity to use your torp. But if someone is selling away from you, you're never gonna hit a damn thing. The torpedo are too short, you know what I mean? So it has some weakness, but overall, guys, this is OP as all hell, especially in hands of tier 10 captain. And I don't know about this, guys, without saying too much, that with this ship, even if you screw this one up, oh man, I'm a bad shit, sorry my language, position there. I put myself in a bad spot. This destroyer can do something that no other tier 4 destroyer. Smoke on them on, you have the smoke, you put the speed boost, and you get the hell out of there. And there is nothing the enemy can do if the enemy is not a CV or something else. You know what I mean? It has one of the easiest way to disengage, to disappear with the crazy good smoke. I'll go so far, this thing has the best smoke of all tier 4 destroyer. Not because it's less, but it's so damn short between the cooldown. That's the problem about this destroyer. And something else, you're not afraid to open fire versus any destroyer. This is not, don't put yourself like this is a Minikaze, because it's not tier 4 Izokaze, you know what I mean? Those things have only 4 guns, but they reload 5.9 seconds, and the AP shell speed are 960 meters per second. So what I'm trying to say, that you have the easiest time on earth to aim and hit all your targets with this crazy fast shell speed. And of course, light armor cruisers like Kuma, and some other, you know, very light armor, tier 3 or tier 4 cruiser, use AP and you will citadel the crap out of them thanks to the gun. So the guns are not a joke, guys. Sure, you only have 4 of them, you don't have 5 or 6 like Clemson, but I still believe, guys, that you do tons of damage, and it's a little bit too good in my honestly opinion. This is the mother of all Seal Clubber in my honestly opinion, and you have most fun doing that. It's why you can make it work when you have the speed boost. You can come close to your enemy, send on torps, and disengage. This is you cannot do with any other destroyer, and you turn on a dime, and you have the best turning radius, and you have the best speed when you have the speed flags. So it literally, guys, in my honest opinion, it's like playing Kamikaze R or Fuji at tier 4, but you need to have a little bit even more close to your enemy to use the torpedo. But the guns are better, way better than any other Japanese boats, and that is the weird mix combination. So let me know in the comment below what you think about all those 3 destroyers. I love them all 3, and it's for me definitely a keeper. I feel kind of ashamed when I go and playing with them, because I will show you a replay. I was facing 3 CV in the game. I mean, in each side, so there were altogether 6 CV, of which I killed alone 2 of them. You know what I mean? In this bugger. Oh man, and I kind of forgot to mention what is kind of strong about this ship. Let's talk about the concealment. All right. The concealment of this detection by air is 2.2. all right, which basically means that even the carrier have hard to know exactly where you are in some bigger maps. So 2.2, yeah, good luck to finding Nilo in the stack. So it's not so darn easy to find this destroyer, because it's sneaky as all hell. And same story with detection to find the main smoke, and this is also kind of important because you do have a lot of smoke and you do have a lot of gun firepower in that smoke. So someone has to YOLO in within 2.4 kilometers to detect you, and you don't want to YOLO in that smoke. How is that? If you are a cruiser or a battleship, you might actually die ASAP of this torpedo. The torpedo are absolutely broken. And something also else, this is my final word, even though you have short range, they are extremely fast for this tor. They hit like a truck, and the torpedo detection is only 1.1. With this speed, your reaction is close to 0. That's what I'm trying to say. So let me know, guys, in a comment below. I will, if you want and if you wish, I can show you that oopiness of the game in this ship when I was facing 3 enemy CV and survived the entire battle. Can you believe that? I barely survived. I'm not saying that I had a lot of HP left, but I did survive actually. So guys, thanks guys for watching, and always Captain Spearseas, and goodbye.